In addition to presenting him with an honorary degree, it's also my great privilege and pleasure to welcome this most esteemed son of Albright to serve as this year's commencement speaker. With a background in science, a first career in education, and a second career in public service, Ted Erickson is the embodiment of a well-rounded, civic-minded Albright alumnus. Prior to being elected to the State Senate, Pennsylvania State Senate in 2001, Edwin, better known as Ted Erickson III, Ph.D., class of 60, served for 9 years as Executive Director of Delaware County, overseeing government operations in one of the largest counties in our Commonwealth. He had previously been elected to Delaware County Council, serving as a member from 1982 to 1989 and as chairman from 1987 to 1989. From 1989 to 1992, Senator Erickson was in charge of implementing federal environmental programs as regional administrator of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, Region 3. He was responsible for a workforce of approximately 1,000 people, overseeing environmental standards in a region covering Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and the District of Columbia. Rounding out his experience in government, Erickson worked from 1976 to 1982 as Chief Administrative Officer of Upper Darby Township, running the day-to-day operation of township government. Prior to that, he served as Upper Darby's Director of Public Health, administering laws governing public health in the township. Erickson currently serves as chairman of the Senate Majority Policy Committee, which is responsible for gathering the information necessary to determine the impact of policy decisions on the citizens of Pennsylvania. He also serves as vice chairman of the Senate Environmental Resources and Energy Committee and is a member of the Communications and Technology, Consumer Protection and Professional Licensure, Law and Justice, Rules and Executive Nominations, and Public Health and Welfare Committees. Are there any committees left? Outside of government service, Erickson was an educator, serving as a tenured professor of biology at Hamilton College, teaching microbiology, biochemistry, and general biology. He also taught biology, anatomy, and physiology, cell physiology, and zoology at Drexel University and East Stroudsburg State College, then college. Erickson is also a former member of the prestigious Army Science Board, serving as an advisor to the U.S. Army on scientific and technological matters. As you know, he received his bachelor's degree here at Albright in biology and chemistry and earned his doctorate in biochemistry and microbiology from Bryn Mawr College. So it is a real pleasure to welcome our good friend, Senator Ted Erickson, to be our commencement speaker today. Senator Erickson.
Hello, everyone. When someone does that, Lex, it makes me realize I haven't been able to hold down a job for very long at all. Honored clergy, faculty, trustees, guests, parents, and more particularly, the people of the day, the graduates. You did it. You're graduating. Great job, and congratulations, not only to the graduates, but also to the parents. What a relief. This is an exciting time, a time to celebrate, but also a time to look forward. For many, the path forward, at least for the next few years, is defined because you'll pursue graduate degrees. However, a substantial proportion of the class of 2013 will leave Albright to, as they say, make your way in the world. Whichever path you're going to follow, there is a common ingredient. You have prepared yourself for success by taking advantage of the opportunities presented by Albright College to grow intellectually, to become individually responsible, to master a body of knowledge, and to hone your ability to think quantitatively. Albright provided the environment and the coaches, the professors, to guide you and to enable you to attain these goals. But you took advantage of this opportunity and you succeeded. Recently, President Dr. McMillan kindly set up a luncheon for me to meet with about a dozen of the graduating seniors. What an impressive group. They were spirited, they demonstrated an infectious enthusiasm. Furthermore, they really cared about and respected each other and their fellow classmates. My observation is that they are an excellent engaged group of students. They indicated that they were not unique as compared to the other members of the class of 2013, but were representative of all of the members of that class. They spoke fondly of the faculty and the faculty's dedication to teaching, as well as the faculty's personal involvement with them and their commitment to the overall well-being of each of the students. This combination of a devoted faculty and an excellent student body keeps Albright in a highly competitive position to continue to attract excellent students. I'll come back to this point later. Indulge me for a moment as I tell you a brief personal story. As a kid growing up, I was always interested in messing around and playing in the woods and streams near our home. This finally translated to an interest in nature and biology. The interest was put on hold to some extent during high school due to participation in sports and at least a passing fascination with the fairer sex. Also biology, I ask you. But as I approached the decision point as to selecting a major in college, that interest in biology came to the fore, and I did major in biology. I soon discovered through the coursework that there was a much wider range of subject matter than I was initially aware. I expanded my base of knowledge under the tutelage of excellent professors who guided, fed, and fueled our interests through their enthusiasm to impart this knowledge, not only in the classroom, but outside of the classroom in the field. I had the wonderful experience of participating in a herpetological collecting expedition to Cuba with one of our professors, Dr. Albert Schwartz. Herpetology, as you know, is the study of amphibians and reptiles. This resulted in having a subspecies of a frog that had heretofore not been described named after me. What an experience, what an opportunity to have a frog named after me. I can tell you that over the years I've had a lot of fun with that. Let me finish this part of the story by indicating that my interests were expanded and were modified to seek a graduate degree in biochemistry. Albright College prepared me to do this. It literally shaped my life. I don't for 1 minute think that my story is unique. I'll bet that in one form or another, each of you has had similar experience. Perhaps even to the extent of totally changing your major as the academic pursuits matured. That's the beauty of the college years. These years are a time to learn, to reflect, and to grow intellectually. The college provided the environment for you to sharpen your tools to face the next set of challenges. You leave Albright well equipped. You are up to the task of facing the future. You have written the first part of your equation for success. In one of his speeches, President Ronald Reagan used the phrase, a glistening light of promise. You have that glistening light of promise to guide you. We react to that light of promise in different ways. Some of us are self-directed. We know exactly what we want to do. It's akin to seeing a brightly lighted open door, and we just know we have to walk through that door, and we do boldly walk through that door to our goal. Other people see only a partially open door with light shining through the cracks around the door. We'd like to open that door. We are apprehensive and timid about pushing that partially open door all the way open and walking through because we don't know what we're going to find on the other side. So we ever so gently nudge the door open with our toe to check to see what is beyond the door before we walk through. No matter which approach you took, you did walk through that door as a first step on an exciting journey. I ask you to bear with me for a moment as I give you a brief commercial message. Please stay connected to Albright College and to your classmates. The connection will provide benefit to you in the future. You, in turn, can provide benefits to future students by sharing $1 here and there with the college. Perhaps not the time to say that, but on the other hand, it is important. The competitive position of the college depends on the endowment, and that's something that we, as alums, need to take care of. The excellent reputation that you help to build will follow you and create opportunities for you in the future. Your success will be testament to the quality of the education that you received at Albright, and again, to keep Albright in a highly competitive position. As I stand here today at my alma mater, I can tell you that it is not the same Albright College that I attended. The physical facilities have been greatly improved. They've kept pace with developments in the various academic disciplines and with the expectations of students in terms of living and recreation facilities. In your years here, You have seen dramatic changes in the physical plant. Course content has changed, as has the way in which information is presented and delivered. The world of computers and wireless communication sparked a revolution in the way information is presented and the way in which we learn and communicate. You no longer have compulsory chapel as we did. The strong in loco parentis environment that was prevalent years ago has fortunately been greatly diluted. But even with the changes, Albright remains as a friendly and nurturing atmosphere. The feeling you get as you walk through the campus is upbeat and sunny, yes, even today. This reflects the caring attitude of the administration, faculty, and students, and it reflects the respect you have for each other. The change that has occurred also reflects the desire on the part of the administration and faculty to continue to improve the college to maintain it as an institution of excellence. The changes also mirror your influence on the college. Many of you have participated in extracurricular activities, and these, of course, are important to help round out your education so that you don't leave here as a one-dimensional person. And, of course, the non-academic endeavors help to define the way in which Albright is perceived in the community and by future applicants. What you have done in your academic pursuits and in your extracurricular activities has had a major impact on the college. The college has been blessed to have your strong participation during your years here. Achieving this goal is a step that opens new vistas for you and allows you to be productive members of our society. You are uniquely qualified to continue to influence change because of your academic and personal growth. This is your legacy. As you leave Albright and make your way in the world of business and commerce or in graduate school, you will be in a position to expand your influence beyond this college community. Furthermore, I believe it is your responsibility to work for the betterment of our society. As I indicated, you are uniquely qualified to continue to exert your influence to shape our world because of your hard work, attainment, and growth. This, ladies and gentlemen, is your challenge. I'm sure that it is with some degree of trepidation that you leave the sheltered environment providing during the last few years and face some uncertainty. But whatever awaits in the future, you're up to it. You have the tools to guide you. I want to end by telling you a story. And after I finish the story, you'll recognize that it is obviously a very true story. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the location of the Philadelphia Zoo. Just below that, there is a road called Martin Luther King Drive, the old West River Drive. One day, a friend of mine was driving down Martin Luther King Drive, and he came across a fellow who had 2 flat tires on his car. But the strange thing was, the guy had a car full of penguins. And my friend stopped, and he said, "Oh my goodness," he said, "this is really something. You know, what's going on here?" And the guy said, "Well, as you see, I have 2 flat tires. I only have 1 spare. I've called AAA. They're on their way, but it won't be for another half hour. Can you do me a favor and take these penguins up to the zoo?" And the guy said, "Sure." And then the fellow with the flat tires said, "Well, here's some money to do that." About an hour later, the guy had his tire fixed. He drove up toward the zoo, and there's my friend walking down the street with the penguins following him. And he said, "Oh my goodness, what's going on here?" And he said, "Well," he said, "you know, I took the penguins to the zoo. I have some money left over, and now I'm going to the movies." Ladies and gentlemen, you've been to the zoo, you're going to the movies. Good luck. God bless.